Welcome back to Vintage Room playing Planet Coaster, and today we're going to be working on our water park. So, last episode, we discussed what we're going to be doing this one. We have our green, white, and orange water slides to do, so I'll get those done. Ain't going to be too much for that, we already did the exit for it, so going to need to figure out a name for it, and then do the queue, and also all the other stuff with it. And then we have our tubes here. I already put this in. This is an exact clone of the other one. I did change around the tubes though, so I got rid of quite a few of them. Figured that there would be a lot more people using them since the laser river is over there, and a lot more people would be having them preoccupied, I guess. And then we also have our little sun deck here for people to tan on. And then we'll also have a little bit of seating up here too, just for people just to kind of hang out. I might also figure out some kind of bar maybe idea to go up here too. I don't know. And then we will maybe get to a food unit over here. I don't know yet. But, yeah. So, I'll get as much done as I can. I'll definitely get the sun deck and the slides done. And then the food unit is a maybe. So I'll get as much done as I can. And then I'll meet back up with y'all. I cannot talk today. Meet back up with y'all to show final products. I'll see you just a little bit. Alrighty, so I finished the build. So I got all the way to the restaurant. Got our sun deck and also our two slides in here. So our two slides, they're called Sea Serpent. For our queue. Quick little switchback. Then wraps his way around, then to the stairs. Goes up with one of the slides wrapping around the station here. And this is where it splits off into the two slides. Put the concrete and a fence over here. Just like I did at reverse. Just to fill in the gap from the stairs that was made. And then we have our two slides. This slide goes into a helix, around into a clear tunnel, another helix, another clear tunnel, and then a right turn into the pool. And then going into each tunnel, there is a little sea serpent. Then also at the end, there's a sea serpent too. I wish I could make it to where he was stopped, but unfortunately he is stuck moving. Because the park probably wouldn't want to be paying for that detail of an animatronic. Especially a park of this size. But for this other one, goes into a helix. Another tunnel with a sea serpent as it enters. Another helix, which this one goes around the station. Or not the station, but the side entrance and the stairs going up. Another clear tunnel with another sea serpent. Then a nice little left turn into the pool. And that is our two slides. Then the pool, go out, one lifeguard, exit out here, back over to where our tubes station is, the original one. But coming over to here, we have our tubes. I should probably put in some barriers because I did just see quite a few people going through these tubes. So I'll probably put those up off camera. But same stuff as the other one. Got some benches in the center here. And I got a ton of tubes on either side. And I purposely made it to where this one had less tubes. Make it feel like a lot more people were here using them. Especially since the lazy river is nearby here. And I would be using a lot more tubes at once compared to the slides. And then over here, I put in signs for the restaurant. Named it Tiki Hut. So that is our main restaurant for the water park. Up here we have our sun deck. With some places for you to sit, and then places for you just to sunbathe. No one uses it though, kind of sad. But then we have sunshine. This is a bar, and since it probably would be mostly older people up here tanning and stuff, figured that we would put in a bar, and we gotta have a bar somewhere in here. So figured this would be a good place for it. And also I just need to kind of think of something that would fill in this gap. Because we already have enough capacity for the sun loungers, and I didn't want to just be a ton of sun loungers here. And then coming from our sun deck on left, we have what will be our lazy river, but that is next episode's problem. Over here, I decided to put in bathrooms along with the food unit, so we have a small little bathroom here. And then we also have Pizza Hut. Figured I'd call it Pizza Hut because it's a hut, a bamboo hut, and also has pizza pen in it. Then we have a small little area for garbage and backstage stuff in here. Now let's put in fencing This would be where the lifeguards would access the lazy river. I cannot talk. But they would just slide a skate over or out, however it would be, and they could get into the entire pathway for the lifeguards. And then this area is fenced off just this way normal guests can't get into it. I might put a fence around Lazy River too, just in this way it kind of just separates it off from everything. I don't know entirely yet though, or I might just leave it as is with this in terms of that. I don't know yet, but yeah. And then I did add in some foliage beneath the slides here. There would be a lot of foliage below these because of the water leaking out from the slides. And since these are right near grass and stuff, there would be a lot of foliage compared to, say, reverse, where it isn't really over much of any grass. There's a bit here, but it's kind of blocked from the sun between the roller coaster and it. And then over here, roller coaster and the two slides kind of blocks the sun too, so that kind of doesn't help much. But yeah, there is the POVs right after this for both these slides. But that'll be it for me. Do hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe. Do the next one. Bye!